Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
The following program's views, claims, or ideas may not reflect those of WSRR Radio or StylesRebelRadio.com.
Nowhere in our United States Constitution does it mention that our executive branch, also known as the President of the United States, aka the Commander-in-Chief, has unilateral executive authority without congressional approval to enact war on a foreign country such as that is going on in Iran right now. This is talking to you. But you know what? Let's just brain rot for a second. Let's just talk about these things. It's social media. Let's just make the people breaded circus. This is exactly what's going on. Let's shitpost a little bit. Let's get to it. This is the Pigeonhole.
I'm static. Roaming through your radio. Interference to the signal. Disturbance to your favorite show. I'm panic. Playing back in stereo. I was stranded by the ripple of this broken speaker code.
Hey everybody, this is The Pidge coming at you with another episode. This is The Pigeonhole. It comes out once a month on Styles Rebel Radio. This is a show where you go into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page and you will submit things into the Discord under the Pigeonhole section and you will be featured on the next episode. It can be anything as offensive as it would like to be, because this is a channel of free speech and this is a channel of I guess you could say non-conformity to the modern day censorship of the fascist social media tyrants that we are living under now. And this is, I'm not using that word lightly. I'm not using that word like how the crazy leftists that serve you cappuccinos in Starbucks say. I'm saying that is a form of historical context, using in the respect of the historical context of the actual meaning of the word fascism. And it is very Orwellian. It is very Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. But this is something that we can get into in a second. Again, this is where you will send things. It can be funny. It can be political. It can be religious. It can be whatever. You can just send it into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page, and this is going to be something that I am going to review. Sorry if I have something going on in the background. It seems like one of the pipes in the house started going off, but you know, it's the Jews, man. It's the Jews. Netanyahu, Ted Cruz speaking in my ear. Dispensationalism. That's what I'm talking. Yeah. Okay. Well, before I get into these things and some of these words that you might not have heard of, let me just start out with the first post that was sent by Style, and this was right after. You can scroll up and you can see each of these episodes are posted. So this is by Style, and here we go. It's Gavin Michaels. Oh, here we go, Gavin Michaels. If you're familiar with WSRR, you would know Gavin Michaels pretty well. He's a pretty featured musician. He's had a few interviews on here. What is it's a comment that Style got from him. It's a text, and it says, "As a Christian and a wrestling fan, I feel like this was made for you." I mean, did he send that on 3/16? Austin 3/16? Oh, dude, 4:27 p.m.? That's stupid. Don't even laugh at that joke. Don't even give that a smirk. Don't even give that a smile. Don't even give that a... Don't even do that. Don't even give me a pity laugh. That's one thing that this country needs right now, are pity laughs. That's what I'm saying. You know, do we need pity laughs? No, I feel like we need more genuine honesty in this country. If you are a Christian and a wrestling fan, which is a funny way of saying you're either living in a trailer or you are under the age of 35. I'm just saying, no, I'm messing with y'all. No, but not seriously, though. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, this is also a message from the WWE, or it seems like Style sent this message personally, or unless this is the photo that Gavin Michaels sent to the WWE. Send this to the WWE on Facebook, and this is the exact dates. Hi, WWE. I would like to fight Brock Lesnar as his challenger. My messages are open 24/7. I look forward to hearing back from you. That's a very open, very honest... And it's the reply the WWE gave back is, "Hi, thanks for contacting us. We received your message and appreciate you reaching out." That's it. That's it, dude. All right, thanks for reaching out, dude. How about you go die in a hole? How about you get away from me? Actually, you know what? I bet Brock Lesnar replied to that. How many people directly message the WWE every day? How many people directly message foreign nations every day? You know, foreign nations have Instagram accounts. I remember I texted or I DM'd Israel once and I said, "What's her Cash App?" And that turned out to be pretty good. They never responded. I mean, what do I expect? You know, but they never did. But yeah, you could just DM foreign nations on Instagram, and that's really good. And I recommend people to do that just to blow up their social media. Just keep doing it. I feel like 500 people do that every day, maybe 200 people DM Israel's social media every single day asking silly questions like that. There's probably more doing it. I would feel that they would be inclined to either shut off their DMs or just get rid of their Instagram account enough if they're just being harassed, quote unquote, if they're just being internet harassed by cyber bullies. That is one of the forms of new modern day political warfare or social warfare, is social media warfare, which is just pretty much just calling, like, I don't know, texting Sweden and just saying you're gay. Or calling Norway and just saying you guys talk funny. Or what's another one? Or being like, yo, Germany, what's up with them kids in them shorts? Stop that. Quit doing that, dude. Quit the Switzerland? What's up with that yodeling stuff? Just gonna say that. I don't know. Australia? You guys are okay. Government's kind of gay. Just gonna say that right there. But that's just my honest opinion as an American, because I know Australians only want to hear American opinions. They don't want to hear any other opinions, especially those from Australians. I mean, look at the Australian government. I mean, you know what? All the Aussies in there, all two of you listening, submit this to your Australian government and I'll go on a no-fly list for being a political extremist. That's probably what will happen. If you don't believe me, watch the comedian Shane Smith's new special on Australia. This is not sponsored. I just saying watch it. This is just watch it. I'm not trying this. That sounded just like an ad. That sounds like something you would hear on the Daily Wire. Oh gosh. Anyways, just I don't know. All right, Jake Underwood. If you want to know, guys, if you want to know how this show is, here we go. It's a picture of a white dude in a do-rag. John Cena was my favorite hero as a kid. He's the main reason I became a wigger and stayed one for 20 years. Thank you, Cena. Prayed up. Stay prayed up. Mine was Mark Wahlberg, to be honest with you. And the fact that he is such a huge member now on social media of, I would say, the Catholic sphere is really funny. For those of you that don't know, that are not Catholic, Mark Wahlberg, big in the Catholic sphere. Just gonna say that, dude. Stay prayed up. Just gotta focus on that. And I know a lot of y'all evangelicals out there just like, the Pidge is Catholic? That makes sense. He's always cussing. He's always reading these crazy things. Stay prayed up. Marky Mark, dude. What up? This is my guy. And speaking of wiggers, the next one is it's a white boy in the do-rag with the pigeonhole shirt taking a selfie with a Nokia phone or a flip phone. And that's really good. That's really good. Thank you, Jake, for AI generating that photo. No one has my merch. If anyone has bought my merch, Style has kept the money and I don't have a cent of it. That's just something that's going right into his pocket. He puts out the materials and it goes right into his pocket. Welcome to China and the United States. Welcome to Israel and the rest of the world. That's what I'm saying. Am I an anti-Semite? No. Maybe. No. I don't know. According to today's definitions, I think I would be, according to the modern day postmodern relativists in this country who believe that their truth is the only truth and any other truth is not the truth, and there's no objective truth anymore, only subjective truth. Qui est veritas, Pontius Pilate having asses, but that's just how the modern day system is. And I can't believe I went from talking about Wigger Wednesday into Pontius Pilate. That's how quick it was. And in the last episode, Style and Jake both pointed out, dude, after the episode, they during one of the calls that we had, or we just hopped on Xbox with each other. Jake Underwood, by the way, from Off Air. Or the Jake Underwood show as well. Check that out. It was They said, dude, are you okay? Are you fine? You're a little, dude, you're having a struggle with that last one. And I guess I was. So, and the stats showed. So yeah, if you want to see me losing my absolute mind, I guess you can listen to the last episode of The Pigeonhole. But a lot of things have changed since the last episode of The Pigeonhole, something that I will not go over for at least a little bit. Jake has sent me something from Instagram, and it seems like it is a comment, and it says, a do-rag is a piece of cloth usually made of silk, satin, or poly tied around it. Oh, no, it's a link. All right, y'all, here we go. Here's the thing. You know, I have to like delete and download. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everybody go check this thing that Jake put in there. It is that Vince McMahon? It's Vince McMahon talking to a bunch of sheiks. Like the sheiks, like the Indians, the sheiks. And somebody wore a do-rag to that, and that's killer. That's killer. Jake, you would do that. I know you would. I could just see you right there in your little shirt, your little button-up shirt, and your little sock. What are they called? Your sock suspenders, the ones that pull up to your socks and to your bottom. Your shirt stays. That's what you're called. Your little shirt stays, and you're wearing your little do-rag. Your little gremlin. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I guess, would that count? Would a do-rag count as a sheet? No, I don't think it would count. I don't know. What would be an equivalent to that? Would there be an equivalent? I feel like that's like Eminem just walking into a black neighborhood in the early 2000s or the 90s. That's just pretty much this. It's the same thing that happened to him. It's just like, man, Jake's really going off of this whole wigga business going on here. Am I treading on thin ice? I don't know. This is just something that I go on about. And I bet that there's people that are listening in that are like, oh my God, that probably have never heard this episode before. That's from me. And they're like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't even know what half of the things he's saying are. And I just got a lot of his political opinions within the span of 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What is dispensationalism? What is this? I don't know. What are these amendments? I don't even know. What's the Constitution anymore? Do I read that? Thomas Paine, Common Sense? What is that? I don't know. It's what happens when you go into the South for a little bit and you actually have time to read stuff instead of just doom scrolling on Instagram and forgetting over half of the things that you watch. But it's okay. You got your little laughs. You scrolled. You gambled. That's exactly what scrolling is. That's exactly what doom scrolling is. It's exactly what doom scrolling is. You're gambling on the dude. This is the trend. I feel like the past 4 episodes I just get into the cadence of Donald Trump, and that's just how it happens. I can't do any other. It's not even a good impersonation. If you want a good impersonation of Donald Trump, go to the Jake Underwood show or listen to Off Air or listen to the Rebel Radio show. Just do it. Just check it out. You can hear it quite a bit. But I forgot where I was going with that. I guess I got a little. I was talking about dispensationalism, talking about the Constitution and common sense. But this, I don't know. It's just something that this country is lacking. Oh, I was moving to the South, and you have time to read. Don't doom scroll. Doom scrolling is gambling. Gambling's a sin, y'all. Really think about it. Just sit back for 30 seconds and take 2 deep breaths and ask yourself, is it a sin? Why? Why is gambling a sin? Why is it considered? Just keep asking those why questions. Why don't you just bring yourself down into the state of being a little child and just start asking yourself the why questions? Thinking hard. In silence, by the way. Sit down in silence. Stop. Take your phone away from your shitter. Just try to take a shit once without your phone. Just try it. See what happens. And just think, while you're taking a dump, just why? Why? Why is gambling a sin? Why are these certain things considered a sin by the ancients? That's weird. What is a sin? What does that mean? I don't know. Why is that? And just, dude, that's all it takes. And that will start you down the good rabbit trail of being an honest and true person. And then secondary as an American. It's just think about it. Think about these things and just have a good time. And don't beat yourself up if you don't know. It's not like you're going to pick up your phone 30 seconds after you wipe and just look it up. Don't just open Instagram and start gambling again. Gambling for the next dopamine hit. You know it's bad. You know that it's bad for you. There are many posts in which you see that tell you that it is bad. You are a consumer. We are in a consumerist society. And this is something that happened in and past the Second World War. And you can actually see it going past the 1960s. Where has the romanticism gone in the United States, everybody? Where has the romanticism gone? I don't know. The industrial age, maybe. We can track that back maybe to the Civil War, with the industrialism running in the South and kind of losing that. The North may have won the war and the financial war and the industrial war, but the South, I have the opinion, has won the romantic war. Look at the movies that were made in the early Hollywood days. The Gone with the Wind. And the ladies would swoon over Clark Gable. George Clooney, on the other hand, not as much. Now, Style would disagree. He's a big George Clooney guy, just saying. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of the ladies like Clark Gable instead of George Clooney. That's what they want. That's what the ladies want. Not the girls. The girls want a George Clooney. The ladies want a Clark Gable. But the Romantic War was won in the South. And in the 1960s and the 50s, when France died, when France started going to hell, the rest of the West started going to hell. If y'all have not recognized that, this isn't funny anymore, Paige. This isn't funny anymore. What's happening? I thought this was about Wigger Wednesday. No, dude. When France collapsed, so did the West. Look at all the intermissions in the 1950s and 60s movies that had intermissions. They were in French. There was French poetry. There was French songs. There was French everything. Like watch The Sound of Music. I know that takes place in Austria, but it was made in the it's a classic Hollywood film. There's so many French things in there. When France collapsed because of their postmodern, atheistic, relativistic society, the rest of the West collapsed. And that is why we are not in this romantic renaissance anymore that occurred in the 1850s. Now we are in this postmodern, millennial, white-walled trash that everybody hates on. All the young generations hate on that white wall millennial trash. Well, instead of blaming somebody for it, why don't you take a look at yourself for a second? Everyone is always, oh man, it's because of Israel. Oh man, it's because of this. It's because of the Republicans. It's because of the Democrats. Why were you doing in your family? What are you doing in your family exactly? Are you supporting your family? Are you actually leading a good, honest, and moral life for your family? No, you're going home every day and you're doom scrolling on Instagram and you're masturbating. That's what's happening. And you know it's bad. Take the little steps at a time, and you need to have some effort toward your family. Little things at a time. Think little. That is from The Essential of Wendell Berry. Read bits of Wendell Berry. I'm encouraging everybody to read. If you read, you will not be led on the nose like a bull being led by a tyrant, just to be slaughtered. Like in Ernest Hemingway's, oh gosh, you know what, now I'm getting all over the place, but it's in one of Hemingway's books, The Sun Also Rises. Just, oh gosh. Anyways, we're going to plow through a couple of these memes because I just went on an entire postmodern rant and how romance has died in the United States and in the West. But this is what you want to hear, no? You just want to hear somebody crying out into the wilderness, just sounding, and just like, you're going to listen to this and be like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Do something. Take a moment and do something little by little. Little acts. Next post is by Style. Inflation got me timing out my cigarettes. And the beginning says 8 a.m. and then it goes to 11 a.m. That's actually not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. And this is going to go another thing. I don't know. No, it's not. Don't smoke cigarettes. Be classy, guys. Smoke pipes. Smoke cigars. Women, if you're going to smoke, why don't we bring back those like long cigarette holders that those women with those, the gloves up to their elbows wore and they smoked? Come on, dude. You would have guys swooning for you. swooning. They'd be on all fours barking like dogs if you had that. I'm just saying. They would love that people want class in this country again, especially those that are starting to grow up and just have families. People want class in this country. It has become immodest to wear suits in public. That's ridiculous. Where have we gone to where it has become immodest to wear suits in public? And you're like, oh, dude, where has it become in public? Dude, wear a suit. You could see anybody wearing a suit in Walmart. You would think this pretentious prick, right? That is, and you know that if you put on a suit and you go into somewhere like that is, you're not expected to wear clothing that nice. I'm not saying wear a suit to a soup kitchen. I'm saying in public when you're just going out and about, dress modestly and nicely so people are not having to stare down at the ground in fear. And you're taking away their freedom of sight pretty much. If someone is trying to be an honest, loving husband or wife to their spouse and they don't want to have any lustful thoughts with their eyes or any lustful things, just wear something modest. They will appreciate you more. I'm not trying to be Muslim about this and saying that you need to only cover your eyes. No, I'm saying that there are beautiful ways that you can express your beauty, women, and your charm, men, with your clothing. Just watch the old movies. Please. Just study the 1800s, study the 1900s, study the 1930s. Just please, just do it. I'm not saying wear the dresses where you only expose your ankle, but that's another, I don't know. That's something, just modesty, folks. Anyways, next post is by Style. Realtors are using AI and realtor uses AI and accidentally adds demonic figure to the rental listing. Oh, wow. The realtor uses AI and accidentally adds demonic figure to the rental. How do you accidentally add a demonic figure to a rental listing if you're an algorithm, if you're a controlled algorithm? Oh, I'm sorry, this is an accident. The numbers just did that. The numbers don't lie. Scott Steiner. Samoa Joe. The numbers don't lie. You're right, Style. It's either, in this world, you either milk or be milked. How it is. I don't know. First you wake up, go take a shit. Oh, sorry. So you wake up, take a shit, and get out of bed. That's just how it is. How these things are in this world. Style said, I'm not typically, quote, this is dystopian kind of person. In fact, this shit is super annoying. Or that shit is super annoying. However, this is dystopian. Breaking. Americans will soon be able to use Klarna's buy now, pay later option to subscribe to OnlyFans. Buy now and pay later for porn. The fact that guys are buying and paying for pornography is disgusting. In the state of Tennessee, where I live, Pornhub is banned. That's incredible. Keep it up. You guys need to have self-control. Porn is a demonic industry. They are a sex trafficking industry. They traffic children. The porn industry is the largest trafficking industry in the world. And just because you want to get your 5-minute wank off does not exclude you from that problem. If you watch it and you support it, you are supporting a sex trafficking ring in industry. Sorry, not sorry. That's what's happening. Next post by Style. If this isn't the title of the next pigeonhole, I will harm myself. That's what he says. And it's a photo of Willem Dafoe, and it says, Israel this, Iran that. All I know is I ran out of beers, and the struggle is real. What do I name that? Is that just what I name it? I ran out of beers, and the struggle is real. That's really good. I don't know. Is that going to be the episode? I don't think. I guess it's kind of relevant. It's not necessary. That's how yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Why not? That'll be good. Thank you, Style. Just so you don't harm yourself according to your text, you know. The next thing is by Style, and this is a tattoo of, oh my gosh, that is little baby Jimmy Neutron. 15 hours of pain, a lifetime of pride, not for hype, not for clout, but for a community that showed up for each other when nobody else did. Yep, the naked baby Jimmy Jutron. I said Jew because there's the Israeli, the Star of David there, unless that's a pentagram. I think that's the Star of David. That's there with the chains and Jimmy Neutron. Oh my gosh. Also, not for hype, not for clout. You post it online. Just saying, you're a little fibber, dude. A little fibber. There's a bunch of fibbers in this country. All right, we're gonna wrap this up here. We're gonna burn through these memes pretty quick. If I can't get through all of them, I'm just gonna include them in the next episode of the Pigeonhole. News: Nintendo confirms Diddy Kong were once they are dead. They became the first ever to have the first as in the era of that when the gaming and the media. Congratulations, Diddy Kong. Thanks, y'all. You know what? That's something that you want. You don't. How about we get something? That's good. Gosh, man, you got me riled up, and then you have me read that. It's like I'm having a seizure. You got to Narcan me or something, dude. Did you know The Undertaker holds the Guinness World Record for the most WWE video game appearances? Okay. What is that? Is that okay? That's cool. Thanks. Thanks for the fun fact. Thanks for the fun fact about The Undertaker. All right. Oh gosh, Styles sent another one that says, imagine if instead of K-pop it was R-pop and it's from Russia and you had all the girls over Twitter beaming like stream R Russian lettering and posting pictures like this and being like, oh my gosh, Ivanovich is looking so cute, and it's just a Gopnik. If y'all don't know about the Gopniks, just look it up, Gopniks. The Gopniks, they're just the Russian like gangster dudes that you see in the squatting down with the beer and the tracksuit and all that stuff. They just check it out. But I don't know. This is something that we need from the Facebook Man Cave community. Also posted. Anybody else have Pizza Hut in their man cave? And it is a legit Pizza Hut booth. That is what I'm talking about. That is what we're talking about right now. This is the stuff that we need, not the whitewashed millennial walls. We need Pizza Hut in their man cave. Bring it back. Bring that back. You know what? I had it once. No, I didn't. I don't know. I'm just going to go off on something else again. This is the Pidge from the Pigeonhole. I'm very glad that you appreciated to my very quick 26 minute rant about dispensation. I didn't even mention what dispensationalism is. I'll say that real quick and then I will sign off. Dispensationalism is what those modern day cuckoo Israel supporting evangelicals say, like Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, that are in the little birdies in Trump's ear that are trying to support him bombing Iran because it will push the second coming of Christ. Like, people are the ones that are going to push the second coming of Christ. You know what? If we do this, if we the people, man are the one in charge. We're the ones that's going to bring Christ back. All we have to do is bomb. You think I'm making this shit up, dude? I'm not. Look at Trump's direct spiritual advisor, that woman. I forgot what her name is, but just watch her stuff. She's a Pentecostal. Oh, man, just check that stuff out, dude. And I know I may have lost some evangelicals on here, but I'm not saying it's all of you. I'm not. It's a very small portion of the evangelicals, actually. Dispensationalism, though? Not it. It is what's causing murder and death and destruction in this world. That's it. This is the Pidge. I hope you all have a splendid night, day, afternoon, whatever. Afternoon tea, afternoon coffee, morning coffee, whatever it be. Signing off. Until next time.
We're never alone. Join the Minute Cast and make it your own.
The preceding program was a WSRR radio production.